Hey, this is Cory Boatright from Shortstology and Real Estate Servant, and I am bringing you another Freebie Friday. I appreciate you so much for listening to me and watching these Freebie Fridays. Again, we're getting a ton of people that are requesting them now. They're sending them over to their friends, and that is just really cool. So if you have not had an opportunity to get on our Freebie Friday list, go to realestateservant.com/join Freebie Friday. And what we're doing with realestateservant.com is we'll be doing a transition over where we're going to be really doing some cool things on that particular site. It's about, I don't know, 70% done or so, and I will let you know once that site's ready to go. So I want to talk to you today about List Source. All right, so List Source is a very, very, very powerful resource. And you know, in real estate, we're looking for the very best lead source. We want to find houses that fit the criteria, and we want to wholesale these houses if we're wanting to flip them, or wanting to buy them so cheap where we can fix them up, rehab them, and retail them, or even just keep them in for rental portfolio. And one of the sources that I found to be very good, and there are several other resources too, but I'm going to stay focused on this one today. It's called List Source. Okay, List Source is going to give you some incredible information that you can get very granular on the type of prospect that you're looking for that is selling their house. So I want you to go to listsource.com. Once you get there, you have to sign up for an account. And once you sign up for an account, you're going to see that you have some options, okay? You have some options. And one of the options are absentee owners, which is what you're going to be using mostly, but I want to show you the rest of them here too. You can look at criteria based on convert adjustable rate mortgages. It shows a little description by each one of these. You can look at estimated equity in properties. You can look at nearby properties, lender-specific information. You can get, very, very granular on what type of information you're looking for. And what we're going to be looking at today is absentee owners. Now, once you click on absentee owners, it's going to tell you that the type of data that you can get is the owner's full name, their mailing address, their living area, the bedrooms, bathrooms, the lot area, market sale date, when the property sold, last market sale price, and the current home value. Now, once you get to this point, you want to click on pricing. Click on pricing, you have a couple options. You can either subscribe to this service, or you can do a build and buy, which is what we're going to be looking at today, or you can do an actual license where you can resell the data. Let's look at build and buy. Now, once you're at this stage, what I want you to pay attention to is how you set up your list, okay? So I'm going to do one here for Oklahoma. So I'm going to go over here and click on the state. So I'm going to click on the state. So once I do that, I need to select my state down here. And I'll click on Oklahoma, and I'm going to add it over here. Now watch what happens over here on the left-hand side. It's going to show me all of the data points basically I have and the amount of leads that are available in Oklahoma. 1,850,807 people. Okay, that's a lot of leads, right? Well, what you want to do next is, you'll see over here on this state right here, okay? What you can do next is you want to get more granular and granular and granular, okay? So the next thing you would do is you can go to the mortgages and click on this little button right here, and you can see all the mortgages. And every time you click this plus sign, it gets it expands the list, okay? So I did this for an example here for showing you the state. What you really want to do is you want to get even more granular than this, okay? I just did this for an example. What I want to look at is really the county, okay? So I'm going to look at Oklahoma County. And you can go through here and you can select multiple counties, and I'll just select 2 just so you can see. I usually do a lot of stuff in Oklahoma County. So I'm going to look for Oklahoma. All right, there it is, Oklahoma County. I'm going to select that and add it over here. Now watch my count, okay? Oklahoma County, and then I'm going to select, let's just select Noble. Count's even bigger than this. It says right here, this count represents the total records available based on the selection criteria used to build your search. All right. So this is quite big over here from the state, okay? But then you want to look over here and see these actual leads right here. So this is what's important. Oklahoma County has about 307 leads and 1,000 leads and 10,209 for Noble County. After this, you want to go up here to your mortgage, and you want to start to get more granular on your mortgages. So you can do all mortgages, which is pretty good. It's pretty good to do all mortgages. And then you want to go down here to, let's see here, loan to value. And you can look at a combined loan to value, or you can do the original loan to value, okay? So we're going to do a combined loan to value, meaning that for all the mortgages what the loan to value is going to be. So you want to look at properties for this absentee owner list. You want to look at properties that are about 51 to 60% loan to value, right? So look what happens once you do this. 32,496 leads. We're starting to get much lower than our original 1,807,000. Right now we're down to 30,000 leads. So the more granular that we get, the less leads that we get, but the more targeted that we get. So look up here to property next. Property, we want to look at, we can do quite a few things in here, but let's say we're going to be looking at, I would say the year built, okay? And we're going to say anything that's from 1960 let's see, from, oh, wait up, 1960 to 2013. Let's add that over here. Now watch what happens. It's going to be pulling the data. Now we're down to 22,000 leads, okay? We're getting more and more granular. Now let's look at the property type. We only want to look at, let's say, residential properties, okay? So residential single family homes is what we're looking for. Or you can do multifamily. Right here, single family residence. So you can add it over here, and you can do multi-level if you want, but let's just do single family residence right now. Again, dropping our lead count down more and more. Now we can look at the, should be in here for square footage. Let's see. Units, year built. Where's our square footage? I don't think it's the lot area. It should be square footage in here. It might be on another tab. Yeah, I think it's on yeah, another tab here. Let's go into demographics. Well, you know what? Let's go back to property, because I know that we need to get a little bit more granular. Per value, equity. We've already looked at our equity. We can actually look at dollar equity. That's another option that if we wanted to use as well. So we can look at the home values, which is This is going to be an important one for flips. Typically for flips, we're going to be looking at anything like about 200,000 and below here. So let's go ahead and add that in here. That's going to drop our leads in half. Okay, that drops our leads in half. Okay, let's go back to the mortgage tab. What I like about this list source is that you can play around with it, and you can see in real time what's happening over here. So if you want to look and see on the origination date, yeah, this is pretty cool. So we can look at lenders' names. We can look at the origination date on here, which is actually lender origination. Let's look at a lender. Yeah, lender origination is what we want to look at. Okay, so we could type in a lender here if we wanted to, like Bank of America. Now look at this. We can only look at Bank of America loans if we wanted to. Watch what happens up here. 554. Now that's much more doable, right? And how great of a targeted list that this would be with all of your set criteria down here. Again, you're starting out big, you're going down smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, but now we got a very, very targeted list of only Bank of America loans. Okay, and we could even go further if we wanted to. We only do first mortgage Bank of America loans. We could do that. So we could go look at the origination. Look at Bank of America. Only first mortgages. It's not going to change much, I don't think. Yeah, only dropped us a few. All right. Now let's go into demographics. Now, demographics is pretty cool. You can actually target people by, let's see, if they accept credit cards, and if they have got American Express card, or if they've got a Discover card. I usually don't mess with this. I leave it up here. So it's going to select, it's only if I wanted something specific in here, but think how powerful this would be for example, for ethnicity. Geez, can't speak right now. You can only look at Asians, right? You can only look at Asians at Bank of America loans. That's probably going to drop it down quite a bit. Yeah, only 7, right? Let's remove that. Again, just showing you how granular that you can get and playing around with this tool. Very, very powerful. We could actually go and look at the foreclosure information. So we got some categories here, and you can always put your mouse over the question mark to see what this means. So on the default, that's a pre-foreclosure. It means it's going to locate properties where a legal document's been filed officially recognizing that a borrower is behind on payments and their mortgage is in default. Okay, and then if you wanted to look at the pending auction sale, that's going to search for properties where an auction date to sell the property has been planned and as a result of mortgage default, foreclosure related proceedings. So this one, pre-foreclosure, this one, it's in foreclosure, getting ready to be auctioned off, and then this one you can even look at bank-owned properties. So let's look at the ones that are on the sheriff's sale list, okay? All of them are on the sheriff's sale list. Now we can actually look and see the dates. The dates, we can look at the amount, we can look at the foreclosure date right here. We can target by so many great parameters here. And this is what effective marketing is all about. This is what separates the newbie from the advanced. When you start taking this next step in targeting your mailers and how you're contacting these people that want, they're motivated to sell. So I can look and see the effective date, okay? I can say I only want to see things that are from April to October, okay? Then I can, over here I can actually, if I don't want to mess with this, I can just say I want to look at the ones in the last 3 months. Last 3 months. I could select a criteria last 3 months and just select it. And again, how great is it to be able to pull this criteria? Now we have Bank of America only, but let's remove this Bank of America. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this red X. It's going to remove the Bank of America, okay? Now watch what happens. I'm going to remove this and go back in. This number is going to go back up, and then we can add this. Again. It looks like it's still trying to pull from the Bank of America information. Yeah, right here. So we need to remove this. Okay, now we have quite a few more records. Now let's go over here in the last 3 months and add this. 9, okay. What if we just did the last month? Now notice what I did here. I added 2, so I need to remove 1. We need to remove 1. And again, let's see here. I probably need to remove both of them. Sometimes it gets a little squirrely. It gets a little squirrely sometimes, so sometimes you've got to play around with it. Let's just take off the combined loan to value as well. Let's just look at all of the foreclosures that are in the last month here. Again, we're looking at the pending sales, the auction dates. Let's add that. See how many we come up with. 178. Okay, in the last month, you have a foreclosure on the books, sale's been set, so you could target just those people. All right, then we can look at other options here. We can see if we want to have, if they're owner occupied or if they're absentee owned, meaning that they don't live there, but they out of state owners here, or you have no preference. Now I usually just do no preference. Then you can actually get it where you can get the mailing address completed in here, that both mailing and the property address complete. I usually just leave this as a default, so this is usually fine the way it is. And I'm going to go ahead and I can save my criteria, which I recommend that you do. Recommend you save your criteria so you can name this list, and then we can go to purchase list. And when you go to purchased list, I want you to see right here. Now look at this, 136 bucks. $136 right here is what you would pay for this list of 178 people. Okay, this is where you would name your list too. You can name your list here. Now, here's what you can do. You can look at these other output packages. So you can add these here if you like, and they're just kind of things that you might want to add on and to make your list a little bit bigger here. Or you can go down to these additional fields. You can add additional information about each one of these people. Okay, you can add additional information. You can purchase partial lists, means you don't have to purchase all 178 leads. Let's say that you only wanted to purchase, let's say 100 leads. Okay, you could do that. You can recalculate it. It's going to recalculate that. It's going to drop your costs because you're only purchasing 100 leads. You can see what a sample record is going to look like before you purchase. This is pretty helpful. Hopefully you're getting the gist here of just how powerful this tool is, okay? Very, very powerful. Now, I'm going to tell you that there are other places here that you can get leads less expensive than the cost here. But what I want you to do is I want you to call ListSource, and they will actually give you a better price when you call them, okay? Call them, tell them that you're working with me, and they will give you better price whenever you do that. Understand that the more these criteria are here, okay, the more that things that you're asking for, the more expensive that they are going to charge you for things, okay? The more detailed it is, the more expensive that your list is going to be. But I have actually got absentee owner list, and just a kind of a Manila absentee owner list, people just outside of my state. I've gotten those leads down to under 10 cents each, okay? 10 cents each, under that, somewhere around 7 and 8 cents each. So what you got to do is you've got to call ListSource, and you simply tell them what list that you're looking for. They will walk you through on how to pull that list, okay? And then you can actually get the very best price. So do not miss going to ListSource and purchasing a list, because you can get very targeted. You can find the exact people that you're looking for, and once you match that person with your marketing message, you're going to have a much higher rate of success in your real estate business. So I hope this has been pretty informative for you. Again, there are some really great lists and tools that are right here inside of ListSource. You got to play around with it a little bit. You need to go ahead and create an account. And I recommend, when the first time that you create an account, that you call them and tell them that you're working with me and that you saw this video about ListSource and you would like to inquire about purchasing a list. And they will give you a couple of kind of Manila options where you can get the leads at under 10 cents each, many times 7 cents each. So really powerful, great marketing resource here. Enjoy it, and I'll talk to you later. Remember, be a servant. Bye now.